Watching SmackDown live tonight, I actually it did not really come to my attention until watching SmackDown tonight. The fact that Hell in a Cell is literally 2 weeks from Sunday. So literally next week is the go home show. Holy crap. Things are going by so fucking fast. It really, really is. And I will say this, unlike Raw, where Raw was literally promoting three things at one time, it's cool to know that SmackDown isn't really doing that. They're hyping up Hell in a Cell. They barely mention the Super Show coming up in Melbourne in 5 weeks from now. There's not even a mention of Evolution on this show at all. I thought SmackDown Live tonight overall for September the 4th, 2018, I will say, was a solid to good show. The wrestling on the show, I'll say, was great, if you want my honest opinion. There's some stuff, here and there, but nonetheless, I found myself actually enjoying myself watching SmackDown Live tonight. That's my humble opinion. I, as always, want to hear from you, mother flowers, in the comment threads below. Give me your thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown Live. If you liked the show, if you did not like the show, let me fucking know. Or let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet throughout all these shows: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact Wrestling, pay-per-views, and all that fun stuff with all you crazy, sick, twisted mother flowers. SmackDown Live tonight was live from Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena. I know Big Mike from the Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show was actually at the event, so I look forward to hearing his review from a live person perspective from being at the show, if you get what I'm trying to say. But mother flowers, again, it's crazy to think that literally Hell in a Cell is 2 weeks from now. Holy shit. So the show kicked off with Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella opening the show. And they show a recap from the beatdown from last week, where it was Daniel Bryan and Andrade Cien Almas, where Bryan was about to win the match, and then The Miz came out with Maurice, and there was the beatdown, and Zelina Vega and Andrade got involved too. And Bryan went on to say that, again, that The Miz and Maurice, they're nothing more than just cowards. Keep this in mind. So they're doing this whole thing in the ring with Renee Young, literally in the ring. And Renee Young shows them a video. And it's literally The Miz and Maurice in the ring in an empty arena. Apparently this was filmed early in the day, and it was them calling out Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. And as you all know, at Hell in a Cell, it's a mixed tag team match. Speaking of which, the mixed match challenge is coming back, I believe, in a couple of weeks. If you're into it, go on ahead. And they're calling out Bryan and Brie, but they know that they're not even there yet. It's an empty arena. Literally an empty-ass fucking arena. And they were trying to get this settled once and for all, but again, they weren't there. And then Bryan called them cowards. And then Brie Bella talked about Maurice. And then all this led to Andrade and Zelina Vega coming out and just talking back and forth, and then led to another match. Keep this in mind too. Andrade spoke on the mic, and you guys know I'm a big fan of Andrade Cien Almas. It's no fucking secret. And you all know I'm happy that he's on the main roster. I'm happy that he's having these profile matches here and there. I'm happy for that, But I'm just going to keep it 100 right now. If they ever decide, and I know they won't, but again, it's WWE, and again, anything can fucking happen. If WWE were to ever break up Andrade and Zelina Vega, split them up, if you will, Andrade's fucked. And hearing him speak on the mic tonight on the mic, it really proved that. I feel like, honestly, his English is very, very broken. Now, again, I'm Hispanic. I listen or I hear people that are Hispanic speak English and are not fluent on it. And it's broken, it's shitty. So I'm accustomed to hearing this shit already. I really, really am. And I will say that a part of me wishes, honestly, that with Andrade, you don't have him speak English on the mic. If you're going to have him speak, let him say a phrase or two in Spanish. Yes, the crowd will chant what? All the fuck you want. But I just feel like it'll come off naturally. It really, really will. You can have Zelina Vega translate, what have you. Or just let her speak. Fuck it. Let Zelina speak, period. Andrade should not even touch the mic at this point in juncture. Great talent. Don't get me the fuck wrong. He has future world champion written all over him. It's just that his English is shit. And again, I'm accustomed to hearing this shit every fucking time. I'm used to hearing Hispanic speaking with broken English because I'm Hispanic and I hear it all the time. Alright? So I want nobody coming in the comment that, oh, Heel Stevens are racist. No, I'm not, motherflowers. If you think that way, you're Bobo the Fool. I'm just saying that right now. And this led to Daniel Bryan and Andrade St. Alma. And I'm going to say this right now again. I can watch these guys wrestle every single time. I really, really can. They can go out there and they tear it up. And it was a great back and forth match. All the hell you want. There was a moment where Andrade does a moonsault and he lands on his feet and then does another standing moonsault on Daniel Bryan. Bryan went for a suicide dive. You can tell that he kind of botched it because his foot tripped on the rope and he barely just glanced Andrade. But nonetheless, it was a good back and forth match. Eventually, that was all said and done. Daniel Bryan got the win. He hit the running knee on Andrade St. Alma for the 1-2-3. Again, I'm not a big fan of Andrade losing every single time, but it was a good match, and I enjoyed it. And then you see Zelina Vega checking up on Andrade, and then Brie Bella decides to go Brie mode for no apparent reason and attack Zelina Vega. Literally attack her like it was nothing. And that's how we kicked off Monday Night Raw with a match, with a segment. Again, you know, you're literally hyping up Maurice and Miz versus Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. So why the hell not? And again, you know, this will go very well on Total Bella, Total Divas, or that Miz and Mrs. show coming up for season 2. Apparently, also after you see Miz and Maurice back on the Tron, and they inform Bryan and Brie that they're at a restaurant in Detroit. They actually close it down to an Italian restaurant. And that's where they're going to be at for dinner. And then you see later on in the show, Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan literally leaving the arena with their bags, what have you, going for dinner at an Italian restaurant. I wonder where, if you will. We then get a little interview, a sit-down interview on separate screens between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. As you all know, they're going to go at it at Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They showed Charlotte, and obviously people were booing, obviously. And they showed Becky, and people just went uproared and cheered. And again, they're talking back and forth about their match and how all this led to, again, Becky being, you know, an outraged person, and how what her excuse will be if Charlotte wins. And Becky literally had that I don't give a fuck mode attitude, which I enjoyed. I really, really did. But again, I enjoyed the photo because, again, you're hyping up this match. And I'll be real about it. I actually look forward to seeing this match at Hell in a Cell. I look forward to seeing more matches from the SmackDown side than I do from the Raw side when it comes to Hell in a Cell. I really, really do. And this is one of them. I think, honestly, it'll be a very, very good match to see. Will Becky finally win? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've been enjoying what they've been doing. We then get Peyton Royce versus Naomi. This was the snore fest of the show. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay came out, and they were cringe on the mic. Again, they always are. I think that's the intent, to be cringe as fuck on the mic. And again, you got to remember, both Billie Kay and Peyton Royce have wins over Naomi. And the match began, and what do you know? It was a match where Billie Kay tried to get involved, but it was all said and done. Naomi picked up the win over Peyton Royce. Then Billie Kay attacked Naomi after the bell. And it was a beatdown, right? And you're wondering to yourself, who's going to come out to save Naomi, right? Who's going to come out to do it? You got to remember this, right? You got to remember this, okay? Charlotte's in a program now with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is now a heel. And I'm like, oh my God, great. They're going to bring out this chick. And out came out Asuka. Asuka came out and literally took out the Iconics like that in a second. And here's the thing about it, okay? I get it. You need someone to rescue Naomi. It's fine and dandy. But we're literally, again, it's a downgrade for Asuka. Asuka, who's been real about it, hasn't done jack shit on the main roster since losing to freaking to Charlotte at WrestleMania. Losing to Carmella. And now she's just been relegated to saving her friend. That's what it feels like now. She's saving her friend. Yay. She now feels like just a regular part of the show, in my honest opinion. We then get Samoa Joe. As you all know, he threatened to actually be tonight in Gainesville, Georgia, at the Styles home for the back-to-school barbecue. And I was hoping, oh shit, okay, we see a barbecue, a back-to-school edition. We'll see some ribs, Samoa Joe eat some chicken, some steak, you know what I'm saying, some hot dogs, some burgers, drinking a cold one in Gainesville, Georgia, what they do over there in Georgia, if you will. Nope, none at all. Instead, Samoa Joe came to the ring, and he screamed out, "Oh, Wendy, oh, Wendy," or "Hey, Wendy," one of the other. You can't get the idea, okay? And he talked about how he literally put a panic on AJ Styles because Styles wasn't even there. In Samoa Joe's eyes, oh, AJ Styles is literally at home with his family, protecting his family. And Samoa Joe, again, keeps talking as if Styles is at home and how literally just that threat, because again, in his eyes, he's a threat to AJ Styles. He's already a threat, a big threat. That he's at home with his family, with his kids, and he talks about Styles' kids, how they should be happy that daddy's home, that being AJ Styles, to tuck them in the bed and all that. And when it's all said and done at Hell in a Cell, he then makes sure Styles goes night-night. And then out comes AJ Styles. Well, actually, no, he appears on a Titantron, right? He appears on the fucking Titantron. Talking about, again, it's one thing Samoa Joe talks about Styles, it's fine. But when we talk about his family, it's personal. I'm like, bruh, he been doing that since SummerSlam. Now it's personal? Now it's personal? Again, this small detail, the stuff I just noticed, okay? I'm sorry. And then Styles comes out, he's in the ring. Well, he plays music. He's on the entrance area. He runs to the ring. He goes after Samoa Joe. There's a beat down. Yeah, the referees and Paige try to break this shit up. And Styles, again, he literally snapped it. He's gone insane, trying to take out Samoa Joe. He's been triggered finally. Again, all the stuff that Samoa Joe's been saying is now getting to him. And it's one of those things where, again, I look forward to seeing this match at Hell in a Cell. I think, honestly, it'll be a very, very good match. I would love to say, honestly, I would love to say that this is where Samoa Joe finally wins the championship. But honestly, at this point in juncture, I don't even know. I honestly do not know if that's going to happen or not. I just don't know. But I look forward to seeing their match. And again, we're seeing now Styles, who's now triggered. He snapped. Samoa Joe's crossed the line, even though during SummerSlam, the build up for SummerSlam. But you get the gist. You really get the gist from this, okay? We also had The Miz and Maurice show up again. They're in the arena while Bryan and Brie left. And Paige put Miz in a match against anyone that he was choosing. You see, literally, and I shit you not on this, R-Truth literally trying to find Carmella. And he literally thinks that Maurice is Carmella. And Maurice says, no, she's not a Staten Island trash. And then Miz literally got involved and asked, well, the last time that him and Truth teamed up, it was 7 years ago. That's how long it's been since Truth been relevant, and he's been doing nothing. He's literally forgot that R-Truth's been working there, and essentially from this we got literally Truth versus The Miz, and you see later on freaking R-Truth trying to find Carmella and beg her to be in his corner for this match, and she was in this corner. So that was your main event. It was R-Truth and The Miz. We also get the second triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Title Tournament. We had Rusev Day, being Rusev in English, versus Sanity versus the Usos. And I'm gonna say this, okay, overall about the match. It had a slow start, like it just dragged. It dragged. The interaction was good though, okay? You still see Killian Dane rocking his freaking singlet. I don't know why. It looks ridiculous, in my honest opinion. It dragged until Rusev tagged in, I feel like. When Rusev tagged in, that's where things really kicked up. Everyone got their stuff in here. The Uso did their the splash. And it was all said and done, right? Rusev hit Eric Young with the Mashka kick for the 1, 2, 3. and literally Aiden English and Rusev are celebrating. They're celebrating in the ring. The bar, they show up. They're literally by the entrance area. They're taunting the Rusev Day. And again, we're getting Rusev and Aiden English next week versus the bar. Sheamus and Cesaro. It should be a very, very fun match. I look forward to seeing it. A part of me believes, honestly, that it's going to be Rusev Day going at it against the New Day. And again, don't get me wrong, it could be the bar all the fuck you want, but we've seen it already so many times. I'm at a point where I want to see new teams face off with the New Day. Now, granted, a part of me believes that Rusev and English will eventually, go Splitsville, if you will. But again, I would have no problem seeing them become tag team champions before they even break up. But again, things can happen, things change, and we'll see how things go. But again, I look forward to seeing the match next week. We then get R-Truth versus... Oh, by the way, before this, right, there's a video package, a highlight video, hyping up Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. We show Hardy training, preparing himself, and how he says, he talks about how Randy Orton's own ego will be his downfall, something like that. And again, I enjoyed it for what it is. Again, people are still like, why is this in Hell in a Cell match? Honestly, I think the idea that they're in a Hell in a Cell match, it makes sense. And also the fact that Hardy wanted to be in a Hell in a Cell match for a long time, so now he's getting it. And it looks like Hardy's on his final run here, so we'll see how things go. We get R-Truth and The Miz in the main event. Yes, R-Truth in the main event. So essentially here, okay, last night on Raw, there was jobbers closing the show. Jobbers closing the show. And what do you get here? A jobber in the main event of SmackDown Live versus The Miz. And that's pretty much what the match was. It was a match where literally Miz was dominating. You had Maurice at ringside. You had Carmella at ringside. From what it looks like, R-Truth and Carmella will be a tag team in the mixed match challenge. I stuttered there. It is what it is. And the match was literally Miz being dominant here. Truth had his moments, and it looked like Miz was setting up for the skull-crushing finale. But Daniel Bryan's music played, and R-Truth rolled up the Miz for the victory. So literally, this jobber being R-Truth got the win over the fucking Miz. Holy crap! Talk about an upset, right? After the match, Bryan and Brie attacked Miz and Maurice until Andrade and Zelina Vega came out, and they tried to make the save. And it looked like, again, the Miz and Maurice escaped, and Andrade and Zelina Vega were going to get the revenge from what happened early in the show. Until Brie and Bryan countered, and they both locked Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Alma in the yes locks, while both of them tapped out. And then literally missed. He literally started to make the save, but thought twice and escaped back to the ramp. And that's how they closed the show, with Daniel Bryan again in a match, starting the show off, trying to call out the Miz. He tries to, again, call out the Miz for a fight, because what happened last week. But instead, you get a match between Andrade and Daniel Bryan. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed what I saw. Eventually, yes, Bryan did win that match. And it ended with, again, this time, again, Daniel Bryan beating up Andrade Cien Alma and Brie Bella beating up Zelina Vega. And while Miz was afraid to get involved. At the same time, we got a WWE champion who's triggered, who believes is now personal, even though it's been personal for months, for weeks now. And that was SmackDown Live. Again, their build-up for Hell in a Cell is more intriguing to me than it is for Monday Night Raw. The only difference is on this show, just like Raw, a jobber was in the ending of SmackDown Live, and that being R-Truth. But that's my honest opinion, mother flowers. Only from you guys in the commenters below. Give me your thoughts on SmackDown Live, if you enjoyed the show or not. Or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe, mother flowers. Don't be bold with a fool. Hit that sub button down below. Until next time, it's me. It's Steve, and I am out. Peace out, mother flowers.